Hey everyone, this is Calvin, Professor C here. So today, as you can see, I am doing a collaboration with Mandy, a successful real estate agent. So the reason why I do this is because a lot of you who are deciding whether you want to go into real estate career or mortgage career, a lot of you may have lost your job during the pandemic and you are thinking of switching career. But you like real estate, you like mortgage, you like math, but then you're deciding, so what career should I choose? I'm deciding in between real estate or mortgage. So I have another video that I have briefly described the pros and cons of each career, but personally speaking, I haven't been a real estate agent. So what else is better than to ask a real estate agent? So today I invited Mandy to join our channel. Yeah! She is also a very successful YouTuber herself, and I invited her to join our channel to give us some insights of being a real estate agent. So thank you very much, Mandy.
Thank you, Calvin, for inviting me.
Why don't we start with you giving some background about yourself, like what do you do, what do you study, and all that.
For sure. Back in school, in university, I'm studying psychology. That's more on the academic side. In terms of working experiences, I actually have done different kinds of jobs, like really different. For example, I used to work in different school departments in University of Toronto as a part-time worker. I also have done luxury retailing. I also have done research assistant in Baycrest Hospital. I also have wrote articles for the WeChat public account 51.ca. And one of the most important work experience is definitely related to real estate, which set my path right now. 5 years ago, I used to work for a really amazing, she's, I believe, one of the top producer broker in Toronto. And I'm lucky to be her assistant to do on the marketing side. Yeah.
Wow. So, looks like you have a lot of diverse experience.
Yeah, exactly.
And so my next question would be, because you have such a diverse background and experience, you basically qualify to go into a lot of different career paths.
Yes.
So what attracts you to real estate, a realtor, to become a realtor?
That's a really good question. So for me, I feel like my whole university life is about exploration. I'm a person who loves a lot of things, and I'm a person who don't want to regret. So when I was really young, like when I was 22, 24, and give myself a lot of chance to explore. All those jobs I mentioned earlier are actually my dream jobs, I would say. Like all jobs, I do it with a lot of enthusiasm and passion. But the thing is, when time goes by, you will see the job is really different from what you think at first. I see a lot of jobs, there is lack of flexibility in terms of what you're doing every day, and I cannot see myself working at that kind of job in the future. So that's why I want to switch my career path. In terms of why I choose real estate, like what I mentioned earlier, I have been in this industry for 5 years. Even though in the past 5 years I don't have license, I do the jobs that don't require license. So that's kind of the industry I have some experience in, and I can join in if I want to. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the boss I have at that time somehow shift her focus a little bit. So right now, I'm actually her partner. That's the point that I made my mind I have to become a realtor. And the third thing is I really like control. Like even though this sounds bad, but I have done a lot of jobs that I don't have any control over what is happening. So I feel like if I'm doing something, I really want to do it in my way. And realtor is this type of job that I have control over the things I have done. And that's why I'm joining like the real estate industry.
Yeah. So the word that I hear is most important is passion, right? I've heard a lot of people say that they love their job and all that, but what is passion is when you wake up every day and you don't feel that you're going to work, but you are actually going to pray and enjoy. Yeah. That's passion, right? So if you find yourself dragging yourself into the office and all that stuff, then you don't have the passion to do that career, right? And now that you are a licensed realtor, what do you think, for those who are thinking of going into this industry, what do you think is the characteristic or quality that they need to become a successful realtor?
Wow. I feel like there are a lot of factors you really need to have in order to be successful. First, like what Calvin just mentioned, passion. You really have to love this job because this job includes a lot of tedious work that will drive you crazy somehow. For example, you don't have that much control over your schedule every day. Like maybe one day you're writing the contract at around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. and the next morning you have to pick up a client to do the showing. So this is just one example, and they are a lot of coming. So that's the first thing I think you need to have. And the second is problem-solving skills. Problems comes when it come, and sometimes problems come when you are showing a property to your client, and then you will be wondering, should I pick up this phone call? I'll do it later, or will I delaying this and it has a worse result? So I feel like problem-solving skill is really, really important. And the third thing is efficiency. Right now, especially during the seller's market, if you're representing a buyer, time is everything. When you are showing this property to your clients, when they make their choice to write an offer, and when you are going to present the offer, the time really matters. For example, if you are presenting it before the bidding war, then you're having a bully offer. But if you're doing this at the bidding war time, you're basically joining a bidding war. So all those things you really need to take consideration when you are thinking about whether I should become a realtor or not. I think there are a lot of skills that you really need to have, but right now, I think those are the most important one. The last thing I will add is to be really positive, be really sincere. If you did something wrong, admit it right away, and then find a way to fix it as soon as possible. Don't try to hide anything, don't do it shady. If you do it shady for a long time, definitely someone's gonna find it out soon. Yeah.
I see. So, time management is something that I hear, right? You have to manage your time properly, and more importantly, I think is priority management. So you need to know what is more important and what is more urgent, right? And then and everything else. Yeah. Now, one thing also that I heard a lot of the viewer ask is, okay, well, is the entrance exam more difficult because it takes a much longer time to do the real estate exam than the mortgage exam? So tell us a little bit about, the entrance exam. Is it very difficult?
Sure. Okay, to be honest, I would say it's more difficult than I expected. I did that exams when I was actually studying as a full-time student in University of Toronto, so I do this on the side. I was thinking about I should get this license before I graduated. So that's like a side project for me. I don't know, is it because I don't put that much time or I don't make it as a main focus in my life that make it sound or make it look like it's difficult for me. But the reality is I do feel it's difficult, even though a lot of people say that, oh, real estate is a really easy industry you should enter, it has low barrier, you don't have to worry about it. But the reality for me, I don't think that's totally true. It's partially, but not totally. So real estate exam right now is hosted by Humber College, and they have 5 courses with 2 simulation sessions. The 5 courses are basically based on the PowerPoint. You basically read through the PowerPoint and memorize the highlighted part or bolded part. And the 2 simulation session is like you join a meeting. Like you're actually seeing people, you actually see other students, and you basically have to talk to your facilitator. It's like a really interactive session. It simulates what will happen in real life, like how do you present the offer, how do you explain the clauses. I would say the first course for me is, first and second is definitely the most difficult one. Because first one is brand new, even though I am in this industry, but I haven't been trained fully. So I do find the first course is a little bit overwhelming. And the second course is overwhelming because it has a lot of readings. And to be honest, I'm doing psychology at school, and if you know a little about North American psychology, you will know psychology students have a lot of ratings every day. But for real estate, course 2, I feel like I'm going back to psychology A1, like going back to my A-level courses, so a lot of reading happening. So, but if you pass those 2 courses, and then you actually know how to study for the exam, I don't think it's gonna be hard for you. And I actually have a video series talking about how to pass those courses. And I think it may be helpful if you watch it.
Yeah, so Mandy, actually, I have watched one of her video, and she has actually a series of YouTube video telling you her tips on, passing the exam, studying on the, the real estate course and all that. Although it's in Mandarin, if you understand Mandarin, I will have the link in my description. Okay, so you guys can go and check it out. Now, last question I have for you, Mandy, is one of the most common problems that being a realtor or even a mortgage agent is how to find the client, right? So what would you think, like being a realtor right now, where do you find your client? How do you find your client?
Yes, that's a good question. I wouldn't say I didn't struggle with this. It's a problem that everyone gonna face it, especially for new realtors. The first thing I think you should do is really let everyone around you know you start your new career. This is super, super, super important. Back in my channel, I got subscribers asking me, like, as a new realtor, how do you be confident? Because everyone's saying you should find all those real experienced realtors to sell your properties or helping you buy your dream properties. New realtors are on the disadvantaged side, but in my opinion, that's not really the case. In psychology, there is something called self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that if I think you are a lazy guy, and then you sense that I have that thought, and then you react lazy because you think that, oh, Mandy thinks I'm lazy, then I'm gonna be lazy to her. But back in my mind, I will be like, oh, she's actually really lazy because see, she didn't react, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. But the reality is you're not lazy, that person is not lazy, it's simply because someone has a thought and then you react to it. I don't think this should happen for any new realtors. I think we should be proud, we should be confident, we should announce this is a new start. And the second thing is actually posting something, actually be active on the social media and showing that you are doing something. This is super, super important. When I first started, actually when I just studied the courses, I post on YouTube about my passes when I was doing different real estate exams. And a lot of people start to see me. And this is really important. You got exposure and people are seeing that you're on that path. And also telling people that what you learn each day, what cases you handle each day. This will give people a sense that, okay, even though she's new, she got business, and she actually got clients, and they will see like what you're doing every day. And the third thing is, I think it's really, really important, is you really doing things right and try your best to make it perfect, even though it's impossible, but try to for each of your clients. Because for my clients, I would say most of them come from a reference, meaning that they're referred either by my friends or families. Why do they want to refer their friends and family to me? Simply because they trust I can do this, and they trust I can do it better than someone else, because they have experience working with me and they enjoy the whole process. So doing every case right and trying your best, being sincere to all your clients, that's my way of successful. I do have another way of getting clients through my partner, because she's in this industry for a long time and we have been working with each other for a really long time. So we already have that trust, and I can take care of some of her clients, or we can take care of the clients together. If you decide to work alone as a realtor, then definitely use the thing I mentioned about try to be active on social media, letting everyone know you're a realtor right now, and then do your job right and make everyone feel comfortable. I think these are the most important way for you to get the reference. If you try to work in a team, I know there are some new realtors find another top producer and join his or her team to work together. That way is also possible. Maybe for a new realtor, that's the easiest way or easier way to find clients. But since I haven't been in that way, I don't have that much say. But I believe through both of way, either by yourself or by a team, you can get clients for sure, as long as you want it.
Yeah, and I think, doesn't matter which way, but every client you treat it with integrity, professionalism, and then you earn their trust, you will get a lot of repeat business as well as referral, and that's how you get business, and that's how you have more business than your time.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you very much, Mandy, for joining my channel and giving our viewers some insider information about being a realtor. So hopefully you guys can decide on your career path easier, and whichever career path you decide you want to go into, all the best to you. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Mandy, for coming to our channel today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.